Hi friends. Now I am going to discuss about the Mendel's principle, which I discussed in the introduction of genetics, the classical genetics. Mendel's principles is based on classical genetics, but George Johann Mendel, 1822, known as the father of genetics, was an Australian monk. In 1856, Mendel started his experiments on controlled hybridization in Garden P in the monastery garden at Brno, Czechoslovakia. In 1866, Mendel presented his result. However, as has often been the case with great ideas, he was ahead of his time and the work was poorly received and almost ignored. Bear in mind that no one knew of the existence of chromosomes at this time, let alone the genes. So Mendel's ideas were presented to a scientific community with no framework ready to receive them. In the year 1900, three botanists, Karl Correns of Germany, Hugo de Vries of the Netherlands, and Erich von Starmark of Austria, rediscovered his work after it had independently reached similar conclusions. Mendel is appropriately called the father of genetics. Now, come to the Mendel's experiment. Mendel's experiment organism was a common garden pea, Pisum sativum. He selected garden pea for the following reason. The pea plant is small, easy to grow. It reproduces a large number of offspring and completes its life cycle in one season. A large number of true breeding varieties of pea are available. The plant is naturally self-pollinated but can be easily cross-pollinated experimentally. The plants had a number of contrasting characters. The example, red versus white flowers, round versus wrinkle seeds, etc. It's a well-defined discrete characters. Bisexual flowers, predominant self-fertilization, easy hybridization, easy to cultivate, and relatively short life cycle. Mendel selected 7 visible characters, each with 2 contrasting traits. He also kept records of his experiment, giving all the details of number and type of individuals which are necessary in the genetic studies. First, the characteristics of organisms are described as character or traits. Traits studied by Mendel were clear-cut and discrete. Such clear-cut discrete characteristics are known as Mendelian characters. Mendel studies 7 character traits, all having 2 variants, and these are the dominant and recessive part. First is stem length, the tall and dwarf. Flower position, axial, terminal. Flower color, violet, white, or seed coat color, grey, white. Pod shape, inflated, constricted. Pod color, green, yellow. Cotyledon color, yellow, green. Seed form, round, wrinkled. Flower color is positively correlated with seed coat colors. Seeds with white seed coats were produced by plants that had white flowers, and those with grey seed coats came from the plants that had violet flowers. This is the chromosomes and genes occur in pairs of homologous chromosomes. New combination of genes occur in sexual reproduction, fertilization from 2 parents. The homologous chromosomes, this is the homologous chromosomes, chromosome regions for the same gene. Now, Now come to the allele. Each gene may exist in alternative forms known as allele with code for different versions of a particular inherited character. First is the wild type versus mutant alleles. Prevalent alleles in a population are called wild type alleles. These alleles typically encode proteins that are made in the right amount and function normally. Alleles that are present at less than 1% in the population and have been altered by mutation are called mutant alleles. Next, the dominant and recessive allele. A dominant allele masks or hides expression of a recessive allele and it is represented by an uppercase letter. A recessive allele is an allele that exists its effect only in the homologous state, and in heterozygous condition its expression is masked by a dominant allele. This is the dominant allele. It's written by the big B, and it is the recessive allele. This is written in the small b. Next is homozygous. Homozygous indicating they possess two identical alleles for a trait. These are the two homologous chromosomes. This is the homozygous of the dominant allele, P, the big P and big P. The heterozygous genotype possesses one of each allele for a particular trait. This is the heterozygous with one dominant and one recessive allele. Next one is genotype and phenotype. To distinguish physical appearance from the genetic constitution, two different terms are used in genetics, the genotype and phenotype. The genotype is defined as the genetic constitution of an individual for any particular character or trait. The genotype of an individual is usually expressed by the large alphabet and capital alphabet or the small alphabet, etc. The phenotype is defined as the physical appearance of an individual for any particular trait. The phenotype of an individual is dependent on its genetic constitution. Genes are discrete particles, with each presenting passing one copy to its offspring. Let an allele be a particular copy of a gene in diploids. Each parent carries two alleles for every gene, one from each parent. Each parent contributes one of its two alleles at random to its offspring. For example, a parent with a genotype and a heterozygous for allele has a 50% probability of passing an allele onto its offspring and a 50% probability of passing along on a allele. These four steps is required to imagine in everywhere in the genetics learning. This is the example of genotype and phenotype. This is the wild type. This is the example of genotype and phenotype. Genotype shows in the chromosome. It's a wild type gene, and it's the phenotype, the structural characteristics. In the genotype, the genetic makeup of an individual, the genes or alleles present in an individual's genetic information. In phenotype, physical appearance of an individual, observable or measurable trait, genetics plus environment. These whole things are also remembered for the all over the genetic study or genetics learning. This lecture may be helpful to you. Thank you.